Welcome back to Great North Gaming. It's great to have you here with us today, and it's time to continue our NHL 26 franchise mode here with the New York Rangers. We're here at the beginning of the regular season for year number 4. If you missed the last episode, we made some huge changes in the offseason, trading away Adam Fox, Alexis Lafreniere. So we brought in Anton Fondell, Will Smith. We drafted Liam Pugh, 4th overall, making a huge blockbuster trade with the San Jose Sharks. We kept a lot of our same depth around in our Panarin, Hayden, Kreider. We traded away our captain, Adam Fox, as we mentioned. We signed Alexander Nikishin to a big contract extension, 12.5 for the next 4 years. We also got Esa Tolvanen in that trade as well. Hopefully going to be an elite defensive defenseman for us moving forward on that top line. We also brought in some AHL defensemen as well. They're both 81, 21 years of age, so we're going to leave them down in the AHL for this year. But I think this team is looking pretty sweet heading for year number 4. So first line is going to be Gavin McKenna, Anton Fondell, and Tage Thompson. The second line is going to be Liam Pugh, Will Smith, and Will Cooley. Hopefully Will Smith's faceoffs can get a little bit better. They're at 66. A little nervous for that, but we're going to give him a chance to play at center. Third line is going to be Artemi Panarin, Barrett Hayden, and Chris Kreider. We can actually switch these guys around there so they're on their proper wings. Third line is going to be Ricard Raquel, Tommy Novak, and Bobby McMahon. So that offensive core is looking pretty sweet. And I should mention we went ahead and did all the coaching conversations already. Defensively, we have Alex Nikishin and Esa Tolvanen, Brandon Schneider and Kevin Krasinski, and Ottavin and Zach Whitecloud. Ottavin, he's got some good balanced stats there. I don't like our AHL those two guys quite yet. They just need a little bit more time to grow. And in the cage, we have Igor Shesterkin and William LaSalle is going to be backing up this year. Hopefully, he can have a good year as the backup, get some growth, and then he can take over to be the starter in the next couple of years. So, team's looking good for this offseason. And for in terms of our captains, I didn't name a captain yet. We're going to run with 3 alternates this year, and they're going to be Will Cooley, Tage Thompson, and Brandon Schneider. Going to be some of our veterans here. Until someone steps up and proves themselves as the captain, we are not going to be naming a captain. And I should show you the AHL lines while we're at it. So our AHL lines, we got Adam Sikora down here. He's good. I just doesn't really fit on our team. Maybe a trading asset at the trade deadline here. We have him locked up. Miroslav Alinka, hopefully he can be making the NHL team next year. He's going to be playing alongside of our 7th overall pick back in 2027, Rocco Pelosi. Hopefully he can jump up as well. He's 79. Matt Rempe still down there. Hopefully, I'd love to see him get up to an 80 so I could play him on the bottom line. Noah Laba as well. Maybe he can come up and be the 4th liner next year if he gets some good growth. Brandon Othman as well. These guys might just be trading assets, but our AHL team is looking pretty stacked as well. Defensively, Romback and Reed, hopefully they can have some good growth and be our bottom pairing for next year. Romback, he's pretty good defensively. He's got a good physical, but all around he just needs to grow a little bit. And Cameron Reed, same thing. He's got some good offensive stats, but I'd like to see his defensive stats get a little bit better. So it's a year down in the AHL. If we have a lot of defensive injuries, maybe they can come up. For injuries this year, we have Barrett Bedard, who's going to be a depth scoring piece. Kuznetsov, just a depth defenseman here. If we have more, we can call up one of the 81 or a long-term injury. And Philippe Deneau, good defensive injury replacement there. So with that all being said, let's have our coaching conversation with our head coach, Andre Terenge. This is your last chance, my man. Season goal, what are your thoughts on the roster? Compete for the cup, I agree. Preseason focus, let's do... we did morale, we did 5v5. Let's do another 5v5 focus. Our team's pretty quick already. So with that all being said, let's hop up to the beginning of the regular season and get this year started. Alrighty, folks. So we're up here at the beginning of the regular season. We got our first game up against the Colorado Avalanche. So let's hop in for a real-time sim. We're on home ice in Madison Square Garden. Let's see how the boys respond. And Glass scores the first goal of the season right on Shesterkin. Shesterkin, I'm looking at you to have a big year. I asked him to win the Vezina this year. I need to see a big year out of him. We're out shooting them here. But can we break through here in the first period? No, it's going to be a 1-0 lead for the Colorado Avalanche. Second period here. We're out shooting them still. Can we get a goal here? No, Vinny Trocheck's going to score on us. Coming back to bite us. Come on, boys. You can't get shut out on your home opener on home ice. Come on, New York. Third period. Tage Thompson, Gavin McKenna, Nikishin. I just gave you that big contract extension. Alexiak's going to score. We got a power play. He goes nowhere. Frank Vetrano scores. Oh, my God. Not a good home opener here for the New York Rangers. Looks like we are going to get shut out. Shesterkin allows 4 goals. An embarrassing home opener here for the New York Rangers. So let's see if we can have a better simulation than the real-time sim there. That was a horrible, horrible start. So let's get the first... let's get up to the November 11th here. We'll see how the team is looking, if we need to make some line changes here. There we go. We answer back to the 4-0 shutout. A 3-1 loss to Ottawa. Not looking to make any trades right now. A 5-0 shutout to the Pittsburgh Penguins. A 5-3 win over the Islanders. Okay. Why are we like win 1, lose 1? This team is looking a little streaky to start the season, but when we are winning well. There we go. Got a bit of a winning streak there. Best lines down in the AHL. That's okay. All of our top players are playing 6-4 to start the season. Let's get up to December 1st here. We'll take a look at our team. Unless we go on a big winning streak here, we'll keep the sim going, but we'll just wait a little bit there to get him back in. I don't want him to get injured. Back-to-back losses there. Igor Shesterkin's been injured till... Okay, it's just December 2nd. That's no big deal. William Lassell, my man, you're going to get a big shot here. We can just call up Comrie. That's fine. We might lose him on waivers when he comes back. That's the only problem, but that's okay. Eric Comrie can come get in there. Best lines down there in Hartford. That's okay. And I forgot to... Stop. A stupid glitch. A 4-3 win over the Ottawa Senators. Let's get to the end of the month here. And wait till Shesterkin's back here. Kevin Kurchinski's been injured till November 27th. We can just replace the players there. Just wait, Kevin. You just got injured. Just 7-1. This team is looking rough here. Let's get Igor Shesterkin's back. Okay. So we got to send down Comrie. Okay, Comrie cleared waivers, which that's pretty sweet. Happy for that. Edit the lines down here. So we got to get Kurchinski back in there. And Igor, get back in there. Let's get Lassell in there so that he's playing here. 7-10-1. This team is not looking good. 8-10-1. Let's take a look at the team here, see what line changes we need to make. So first line, how are we doing? -9. Gavin McKenna's got 17 points in 19 games. He's playing good. Frundell, no. Tage Thompson, he is not simulating well. Liam Pugh. Okay, let's move Pugh up there. Will Smith, how are you playing? How are you doing in your face-offs? That's actually what I want to see. 42%. Whew, that's rough. That is rough. Gavin McKenna's playing good, so let's move up Pugh there. We'll give him a little bit of ice time. Tage Thompson, let's move you there, because he's probably a better... Yeah, he's got better face-offs. Will Smith can play the right wing there with Will Cooley. That's good. Third line is killing it. They're all pluses. Happy to see that. Ricard Raquel. Okay, let's move around this line a little bit. Maybe move Chris Kreider down, Bobby McMahon up. Panarin, let's leave there. Barrett Hayton. He's doing good, so they'll just shake that up a little bit defensively. First line's a minus. Let's move up Brandon Schneider there. Let's give him the opportunity there to play alongside Nikishin, Krasinski, and Tolvanen. White Cloud, they're minus there. How are our boys doing down in the AHL? Cameron Reed. Plus 10. Maybe we give him a shot there. Let's just try these lineups for right now. I want him to still develop there. He's about the same overall, so let's make these line changes here, and we'll see how this team performs in December here. We need to have a big month because this team is... We need to prove something this year to our fans. We got swept out of the playoffs last year. Our coach is saying we're going to compete for the cup. Maybe we look at making a coaching change here. Teddy Bluger's been injured down in the AHL. That's okay. Anaheim. Okay, we got a couple wins in a row here. Can we keep it? We'll just wait to get you back in there, Teddy, so you don't get injured. 12, 11, and 2. Or at least we're in a weak division because we are still in a playoff spot, even with this poor record. But I want us to be, like, this doesn't give me hopes for the playoffs. Liam Pugh's been injured till January 2nd. Just to replace the player, he's almost back. I think Philip Deneau will get in there, so that's okay. I don't want you to get injured there, Liam, so let's just keep you out of the lineup for a couple days. Okay, let me get Liam Pugh back in there. Philippe Deneau, thank you for your efforts there, but I want Pugh back in there. How is he doing? So -1. He's got 11 goals, 8 assists, so not too bad. The second line, I think it's starting to turn around. Tage Thompson. Maybe he's a trading asset. Maybe we look to move Tage Thompson because he is not performing here for us. I am not been impressed with Tage Thompson here. Okay, I've been liking how we're playing a little bit better there, so let's get Liam Pugh back in there. Okay. We are 34 points. Let's take a look. Yeah, I want us to go. We got, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14 games. I'd like us to win 10 of these this month here to really put us back in a good spot here. So that's a win up against Winnipeg, a loss up against the Islanders, okay. Best lines down in there in the AHL, that's okay. Shootout loss there. If we're not top of our division by the end of the month, I think we're going to be firing our coach here. Because our team is good enough. January 21st, Kevin Krasinski, just replace a player, that's okay. That's not too long. It's just a month or a week here. We'll wait to get you back in there, Kevin. I don't want you to get hurt. 21, 18, and 3. We're definitely not winning those 10 games this month. Okay, perfect. I gotta get our replacement player got injured, so we'll get Kevin Krasinski back in there. Kevin, don't be don't be getting upset because I'm keeping you out of the lineup so you don't get hurt. Don't be a goof. Okay, we got 3, 4, 5 wins in a row now. Can we make it 6? Perfect. No, we can't make it 7. I don't want to make any trades right now. I don't know what we are. 25, 20, and 3. We definitely turned it around that month. We won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We didn't get quite my 9, but we did get a couple or quite my 10 points, but we did climb up there. Philadelphia's kind of taken away with the division here. So I think Terangay's bought himself some time here. I don't really want to make a coaching change mid-season here. I definitely think it might be something we want to look at in the off-season here if we don't do well. Rocco Pelosi's been injured. Oh, no. That's not good. Okay, we snap a 3-game losing streak with a win up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Rocco Pelosi's back. That's fine down there in the AHL. So it looks like we're definitely going to be making the playoffs this year. Like, our division is pretty weak. We are starting to step away from the pack here. Best lines down in the AHL here. So that is good. At least we'll be looking like we're going to get back into the playoffs here. But I still think we need to make a move here at the trade deadline to bring this team back up to standard, because I think, especially Tage Thompson, if he hasn't turned it around here, he might be some trade bait at the draft. If he doesn't have a good season, I'm looking to move Tage Thompson at the draft. I want to hold on to him for this season, but I'm not looking to give him a good contract extension right now. We don't need to bring you back in. You are my injury replacement. Steven Stamkos, I do not want. Okay, a good point streak there. We're first in our division, 75 points. Where are we in the East? Okay, we are tied for third place in the East, so not too bad. Let's take a look at all the stats here. Stats Central. So, the New York Rangers here, 3.28 goals for per game. That's pretty good. Goals against, I thought would be, I feel like we should be a better defensive team. Power play percentage, 14.6. That's not too good. Penalty kill, 85. Okay. 8-0-2 in our last 10, so it's looking pretty good there. Points. Gavin McKenna leading the team in points here. I'd love to see that. Yeah, I think he's finally having his breakout season here. I think he's going to beat his 65 points. I don't know if he's going to get 28 goals, but that's okay. Will Smith, pretty good year here for his first season here in New York, 52 points. Anton Fundell, Tage Thompson, okay, he's starting to turn it around here. Slow start to the regular season, but he's starting to turn it around. Only a -5 now. Liam Pugh, holy cow, 24 goals. This guy is a great goal scorer here. This guy might be looking at winning the Calder here, and he's had some injuries. Chris Kreider, Will Cooley, Panarin. Yeah, everyone's kind of doing their job here. Defenseman. Nikishin, 43 points. Okay, not too bad. I would like to see a little bit more out of you. You are my number one defenseman, paying you $12.5 million. Krasinski, I'd like to see a little bit more. Brandon Schneider. Tolvanen's doing better there. And then let's take a look at the goalies. Shesterkin, 30, 14, and 3, and 9, 12, and a 2.91. William LaSalle, 5-3 and 1, and 8.98 and a 3.10. He's getting the experience this year. I'm not too worried. He's not hurting us. At least he's keeping us 500. So, with that all being said, what do we want to upgrade with this team? Liam Pugh's having a great season. I want to keep him playing. Our offense, I don't really see a need to move anyone. Defenseman, if we could bring in another top defenseman, I think that would be the move for this trade deadline. So with that all being said, let's hop into the trade deadline here and try to make some moves here. Let's go. Alrighty, we're here in the trade deadline, and Jacob Chikrin is available, but clause protected. What kind of clause does he have? That would be a great move. Jacob Chikrin, he doesn't want to come to New York. That would be exactly what I would love to get a Jacob Chikrin. That's a real shame. Ovi, no, I don't need to bring in Ovi. Middleton, Stamkos, and Nick Hague for 2 firsts. And Liljegren, let's take a look at the trade here. Middleton, 83, defensive defenseman, okay. Steven Stamkos, could be some good depth goal scoring. Nicholas Hague, defensive defenseman. 4th round pick for 2 firsts. They're all expiring this year. Make sure there's no contract extensions. Okay. I do like this trade. I don't necessarily want to give up 2 firsts this year. Especially not Chicago's first. Keep my first in case we make the or in case they miss the playoffs there. Can I give you a prospect instead? Do want to give you one of these guys. Rookie skaters. Hull. I don't want to give up Hull. 2 first-round picks. It's not too bad. I did see Faravari. I don't need both these guys, though. Jake Middleton. I like his defensive stats. Michael Hague. Yeah, I don't need Hague, and I don't need the 4th. Can I keep... I bring in Middleton and Stamkos here. And how about I give up a first and 2 seconds? Actually, I don't even need to do that. How about a first, a second, and Liljegren for Middleton and Stamkos? Will it go through? Ooh. Let me just... Ivan Provorov. I don't think he'll be that good. We can take a look at that after here, but I gotta add in a roster defenseman here. Defenseman. So I don't want to lose Kuznetsov and Barrett Bedard. We can add in there so we don't lose. And then we just kind of bring back 2 guys here. All right, so first, a second, Kuznetsov, Bedard for Middleton, Stamkos, and a bunch of players. Trade accepted there. We don't have any moves there to make. Now, I did want to take a look at Ivan Provorov there. So I do need to do my due diligence. Andrei Svechnikov, I know he doesn't really sim too well in this game. He's only 81, so I don't really want to bring him in. But Ivan Provorov. Or was it Vordakov? It must have been Vordakov. Okay. So we made our big move there. Liljegren. No, I don't. Is there anyone else that we could bring in? Kevin Fiala. I think that would be overkill. Ovi. Let's let him try to retire in Washington. I don't want to make that move. Faravari sold. Okay. I think that is a good move for this offseason, or for the trade deadline here. So let me edit the lines here, and we'll finish off the year 4 regular season. Alrighty, guys, so we edit the lines here heading into the offseason. First line's going to be Gavin McKenna, Anton Frundell, and Liam Pugh. Second line is going to be Will Smith, Tage Thompson, and Will Cooley. Third line is going to be Steven Stamkos, Barrett Hayton, and Artemi Panarin. That's going to be a sick third line. Chris Kreider, Tommy Novak, and Bobby McMahon. Defensively is going to be Nikishin Schneider, Middleton, and Krasinski, Tolvanen, and Whitecloud there. We're going to give Middleton a little bit more ice time. He's the veteran there. We'll move down Tolvanen there, give him a little less ice time. Power play 1, Will Smith, Frundell, or let's move that. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. We wanted to move Frundell there, Will Smith there in the center. Tage Thompson, Nikishin on the back end there. Second line's going to be Barrett Hayton, Stamkos, Pugh, Will Cooley, Krasinski. Penalty kill 1's Kreider, Frundell. Second line's Hayden and Cooley. Third line's going to be Tommy Novak and Bobby McMahon. And in the cage, we still have Shesterkin, who's up to a 95 overall. So let's finish off this season strong here, boys. We brought in some more depth. We got some good injury replacements still, so let's go. Let's finish this season strong here. 36, 21, and 5. That record's looking a lot better. Continuing the winning ways. We're currently on a 4-game win streak here. That's a loss up against Dallas and a loss up against Utah. At least we're getting points in the games. I'm happy if we can just get some points. Win up against Pittsburgh there. Can we make it back-to-back wins up against Pittsburgh? There we go. Only allowing 2 goals in 2 games. 8-3 victory there over the Florida Panthers. You love to see it. And they're going to answer back with a 5-2 victory. But we got a 9-4 victory over the Carolina Hurricanes. We can score goals now. Tommy Novak's been injured till April 8th. Let me edit the lines here. Oh, yeah, he's 4th line, so that's fine. We can just get in Philippe Danault. That's perfect. And is Novak playing on the power play there? No, it's Hayden. Okay, that's all good there. Good thing we have those injury replacements. We also have Ricard Raquel on the back. Tommy Novak, you can sit out for a couple games here. We'll get you back in after the Toronto game. Okay, get you back in there. I think we are locked. Yeah, we've officially clinched a playoff spot, which is great. So 2 years in a row we've made the playoffs. That's what we want to see. Novak, get back in there. Why are you upset? Oh, you're still injured? You should be okay. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. Okay, last stretch of the season here, boys. We've made the playoffs, but let's finish off strong here. That's a win up against the Vancouver Canucks, a win up against the Vegas Golden Knights, a loss up against Anaheim. Come on, boys. We got 5 games left. Let's win the last 5. Yeah, let's get to 50 wins on the season. I want to see a 50-win season here in New York. Oh, San Jose busts our 50-win hopes. Replaced player Zach Whitecloud's been injured till May 5th. He'll be back in for the playoffs. That's okay. All right, not a great end to the season there, but we finished first in our division, 101 points. We finished second place in the Eastern Conference, so I'm happy about that. A pretty good year for the New York Rangers. So let's take a look at the stats. So, yeah, so we finished, where did we finish in the entire league? 5th place in the entire league. That's not too bad. 3.32 goals for per game. 3.09. We got to get better defensively. 15% on the power play. We've got to get better there. Penalty kill, 84%. Not too bad. 4-4-2 in our last 10. Not a great start or great year. Great end of the season, I should say. Let's take a look forward. So Will Smith, 77 points. Great start for his career here in New York. That is a career high for him. Happy to see that. Gavin McKenna, 75 points. A breakout year for him. 24 goals, 51 assists, 75 points. A new career high for him. Love to see that. Tage Thompson, he turned it around. 23 goals. I would like to see, I want him to be a 40-goal scorer, not a 20-goal scorer. But 64 points, not too bad for a second liner. Anton Frundell, good year, 62 points. Liam Pugh, 30-goal season in his rookie year. We'll have to take a look and see if he won the Calder. Wheel Cooley, 50 points. Steven Stamkos, what do you do with us? 8 points in 20 games, not too bad. Chris Kreider, 40 points. Panarin, 38. Barrett Hayden, 36. Tommy Novak, 36. McMahon, 36. Okay, everyone kind of really chipped in. 26 points is the lowest point total. That's a pretty good year. Everyone who had scored the least amount of goals, everyone contributed for 10 or more goals. You love to see that. Great all-around effort by our forward core. Hopefully our young guys can really take hold next year. Defensively, Nikishin, 64 points. Not too bad. I would like to see a little bit more out of you, but I guess that comes with more offense from our front end, but he's looking great. Kevin Krasinski, not too bad. Brendan Schneider, good season for him. Middleton, not too bad. Tolvanen, not a bad rookie season for him. Zach Whitecloud and Ottavin, not too bad. And Shesterkin, a 9.10 and 2.94. I'd like to see better numbers. William Lassell, 7.3 and 4, a 9.13 and a 2.78. Good rookie year. Good start to the year for him. So let's take a look at the entire league here. Mackenzie Blackwood looks like he's going to win the Vezina there. Defenseman Evan Bouchard, 101 points. He's going to take home the Norris. But where did Nikishin end up? Not too bad there. What was he? 3, 6, 7, 8. Top 10 defenseman. I can't complain by any means for that. Forwards, Connor McDavid, holy cow, 126 points, 67 goals. Draisaitl, 118. Matthews, 109. McKinnon, 104. Nylander, Reinhardt, Eichel, Savoy. Holy cow, leading goal scorer, McDavid. And we got to take a look at the rookie skaters. That's a close. Bjork's going to probably take it, but Liam Pugh might have a chance there. They're tied in plus minus, but Liam Pugh does have more goals, so we will see about that. But a very successful year here for the New York Rangers, and let's see who we are facing in the playoffs. We are facing I almost thought I simmed the game there. The Detroit Red Wings. So very good opponent there for us for year number 1. So let me know down in the comments if there's any line changes we should be making for the year 4 playoffs. We might be moving up some players, but Liam Pugh had a great year. I'd love to give him the opportunity on the first line there. But let me know down in the comments your thoughts. And if you like this video, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.